Hello, my name is Richard Webster. I'm a psychic entertainer from New Zealand, and I have a special interest in cold reading, which is the subject of this particular video. Brian Flora and I have got together to create a number of genuine readings using real people with no preparation beforehand, to show you exactly the techniques that a psychic uses when giving a reading. The purpose of this tape is not to show you how to do the readings, it's just to show you what exactly a psychic does when he's doing a reading. For instance, the body language used, reacting to the things that the subject says or does, or the way they look and react to things which are said. The actual techniques of cold reading are covered in my books, and it seems a little bit superfluous and not possible in actual fact to cover all of them here. There are a number of books. The first one of these is Quick and Effective Cold Reading. It outlines a very quick method of giving palm readings, particularly palm readings for a subject. It particularly covers how to do quick 5-minute readings for people. I also have quick readings with numerology. This is the tic-tac-toe system of numerology, which you will see being used in this particular video. How to build up a psychic practice with full-length cold readings goes more into giving longer readings for people, 30 minutes to 60 minutes long. A lot of the techniques and methods used in this video come from this particular book. Psychometry from A to Z outlines a method where you can give readings that look like genuine psychometry with no previous preparation. It's particularly useful when you're holding something belonging to someone. The methods in this book are used in this particular video, but we haven't covered them separately. Aura reading for fun and profit. It outlines a method of giving the aura reading, which is covered in quite a bit of detail on this video. So now, without any further ado, I think it's time we started on the actual readings, and I'll come back at the end and explain why I did what I did at different stages. Are you right-handed?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Good. Could I just see your other hand just for a moment? Yes. Have you noticed you've got the one major line on this hand, and you've got the two on this hand?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. If that's found on both hands, it's very, very serious. But you've only got it on the one hand. That's the only reason I wanted to look at this hand. This is your heart line. That is your head line. The fact that they're connected means that once your mind is made up on something, it might be just a little bit hard to change it. So you could be a little bit stubborn, at times with that. This is your heart line coming through here. It ultimately ends in the right spot between these two fingers. At this point, it stops here. This makes it just a little bit hard to express your innermost feelings at times, even though they're there to actually get it out. That gets easier and easier all the way through there. This line here is called the girdle of Venus. It makes you a little bit sensitive. You feel things very, very deeply. People might be able to hurt you and not even know they've done it. Combined with that, you're very much a romantic at heart, and you always will be. So it's not the easy way of getting through life. It's certainly the richer way. And it ultimately works out beautifully because most of your heart line is incredibly smooth and even. So you're around about here. See all these little islands? They're ups and downs. They're difficulties, problems. They're actually behind you. Not quite entirely, but almost. Going this way, can you see how smooth it becomes?
Yeah, it gets smoother.
And can you also see where it's going to end up? See, ultimately here, the perfect spots between these two fingers where it ends, which is marvelous. It makes for a relationship, a marriage that lasts all the way through. So it's very good. Very close, there'll be a lot of communication. You'll be each other's best friend as well, so it's a rather special sort of relationship. So certainly a lot different from anything you've experienced in the past, looking at these islands here. Now, your headline, this is your brain and how you use it. You've got a very quick brain. You're very shrewd. You're several jumps ahead of most people. You might get a little bit impatient with people who take all day because you can see the whole thing at a glance. Over a lifetime, you're going to be involved in hundreds of things, often several things at once, actually. And you may sometimes be better at starting than at finishing them because there's always, because of the number of things on the go all the way through here. Just a tendency sometimes to jump in and then think about it afterwards. You can be a little bit impulsive at times. And I'm sure you are aware of it. You're gradually getting more and more outspoken the older you become. I think that's good. It's bound to get you into hot water at times, but at least people know where they stand. It's good in that sense.
I've never been very forceful.
No, it's coming though. You've got a good, strong lifeline through there. Nice lifeline. It comes reasonably well across your palm, which gives you quite a bit of energy and stamina to draw on. These are worry lines through here. You can be quite good at that at times.
I had a worry phobia until I figured out how to...
Well, the interesting thing is you seem to be largely cured of it. You do worry in the future here, but can you see these worry lines? They cross your lifeline, so they could even have affected your health a little bit. In the future, although you worry when it's caused to worry, they come nowhere near your lifeline. So you've obviously learned how to handle it, which is wonderful. Often, yoga or something like that can often help people, control that. It's excellent. Your destiny line is a nice strong line. It comes right through. At times it's very clear, so at times you know exactly where you're going. At other times it almost disappears. So there are times...
It almost seems to be forming still right now, because that never was really... I've always noticed, that it sometimes wasn't all the way there. Would it, like, continue to form?
Yes, it is. You were just a little bit ahead of me. I was going to say how much stronger it is in the future than it has been behind you. So you have got a clearer sense of where you're going in the future than you've had, at times in the past. And it does end on the heart line, which emphasizes family, that sort of thing. So it means you actually be happy with a permanent relationship and a close family life. You want all of that very close, but you'll also need a little bit of room to do your own thing as well. Just a little bit of space as well. Yes, you've been a bit too nice. You haven't always found it easy to say no. You can do it though. It looks as if you can take things for a long time, and then all of a sudden you've got to erupt, and then you get it out of your system, which is good. You can say no much more easily than you used to, which is good. You've got quite a bit of drive and ambition. If you want something, you'll go out and get it. The only problem is you want it all today, by lunchtime. And it looks as if everything takes an awful lot longer than that. But you should just hang on in there, because you always do get there. Got a Ring of Solomon. That gives an interest in the psychic. You've got ability in that area as well. The only thing holding you back at times might be that you are in so much of a hurry all the way through. You just got to switch off and flow with your feelings. And you could develop that a long way. You're good at dealing with people. You can handle people very, very well, actually. You are an independent thinker. You work best when you make your own mind up on things. You've got the loop of good intent. You always mean well, but you sometimes get misunderstood or misconstrued, but your motives are good. You always mean well. You'll gradually build up a strong faith of some sort. It could well be the psychic thing, of course, because that's so very strong. But whatever it is, it becomes increasingly important through there. You've got an interesting money sign. You'll always be quite a good spender, at times. However, despite that, you slowly and steadily do become better off. It comes with quite a bit of hard work on your husband's part through here, and also on your part. It rather looks as the two of you are working together part of the way through. He carries on with it. You're involved some of the time, rather than all of the time. But between the two of you, you ultimately do well, and you'll always be quite a good spender, but you do have it a bit under control. Yes. But you've got good taste, so you'd spend it on very nice things, I would think. You actually would do very well in a field where you're dealing with something you find to be attractive, in some sort of way. Because you can make money with beautiful things, as well as spend money on beautiful things. It's a two-way thing. Good health line. Travel at times. Some of that's done on the spur of the moment. Most people think about travel for months, if not years. Looks if you wake up one morning and think, I'll do it, and bang, you do it. But you enjoy all the travel you do. You learn a great deal from it. Even very late in life, there still is travel. That relates to the fact that you're always going to be very, very young, at heart. Strong loyalty line. You're loyal to family and friends, people who are close to you. You've got a family loop, family. So there's strong family ties here. So there must be children somewhere along the line. Now, this shows a potential, rather than the actuality. If you look in clear sunlight, you might find a dozen or 15 lines there. Don't be alarmed, because 100 years ago you would have had them. It's fortunate that you're alive now, rather than then. You've got two very strong lines. Can you see them there? So probably two children, but obviously you can have as many as the potential, allows. But with a good marriage, close family life, plus that little bit of room to do your own thing, particularly creative things through here, because your headline goes up to the creative area of your hand. You're away. It's good. Best years of your life are actually late 40s and right through your 50s. I'm sorry, it's such an awful long way away, but at least it's ahead of you, rather than behind you.
Really?
Which is good. Now, I'll come on to the numbers now, because they're better for timing things.
Okay. I love the way you read hands.
Oh, thank you.
It's really interesting.
There are four main numbers in numerology. The first one's derived from your date of birth. What is your date of birth?
2/1/1959.
59. Oh, you're a Capricorn.
No, Aquarian.
Oh, you do it the other way around, of course. Yes. Yes, that's right. The way I do it is 1, 2. Yes,
Okay.
of course. That's fine. 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 minus 6. Actually, I will change that round because later on I need to get the month and everything first.
That's the day and that's
the month. That's right. Yes, 1st of February. Fine. Okay. 9, 10, 16, 18. Your life path number, which is the most important number, is a 9. That's 40% of your makeup. It represents your purpose in life. 9 is the number of the humanitarian. It's very much a giving number. It means you'll be involved in helping people. You'll be concerned with people.
Okay, that works with my Aquarian.
Yes, it does.
I know a little bit about numerology. So
Yes. No, it ties in perfectly. Actually, it's very, very, very much a humanitarian number. So it's good. The only problem with the 9 is that you will be forever giving. Giving of yourself, and everyone wants to take, even if just occasionally. So it can be a difficult number.
The part of learning how to say no
has been
really
right.
hard for me.
Particularly so in your case because of that. Yes, that's right. Now your expression is 30% of your makeup, and that's from your full name at birth.
Okay.
Now, how do you spell your first name?
Okay, my first name is Lana, Lana.
Fine.
And Laurice, Laurice.
Fine. That's unusual, isn't it? Yes.
A little bit. And Wimberly, Wimberly.
Fine.
It tells a lot of math here.
Yes, it does. Yes. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and so on.
Is that the way you do it? I've seen it done that way, and I've seen it done another way, too.
Yes, there's three main systems.
Just a tad bit different off the 1, 2, 3.
That's the Chaldean system. I'll put the vowels above, the consonants below. Y is sometimes a vowel, sometimes a consonant. In Kimberley, it acts as a vowel, so it's classed as one. But in Yoland, for instance, it would be classed as a consonant.
Okay.
So it's 3, 1, 5, 1, 3, 1, 3, 9, 9, 3, 5, 5, 9, 4, 2, 5, 9, 3, and 7. So that's 2, 9, 12, 13, 18, 9, 14, 21, comes to a 3, 8, 12, 15, 5, 9, 10, 11, 20, 23. And then it comes to a 5. The expression is all of those. So it's 9, 12, 14, 22, 28, 29, 31, 32, 33, which comes to a 6. I better just check then. 11, 14, 16, 24, 33, yes. This is your natural abilities. 6 is also a humanitarian number, but 6 is concerned with people who are close. 6 is the number of domestic life, home, family, all that sort of thing. And the 6's concerns is family, but in a fairly wide sense. Close friends are included as well. The 6 and the 9 are both creative numbers. It means you'll have a very strong aesthetic appreciation. You'll have good taste. You'll like nice things around you, and so on. The 6 and the 9 actually get on beautifully. Your soul urge are the vowels, and that's 20% of your makeup. It's your inner nature. And that's 9, 12, 14, which comes to a 5. 5 is a number of freedom and variety. It means you always need something exciting ahead of you, something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Some people say that the 5 is a number that never grows up, but it certainly keeps you very young at hand, as your hand certainly indicated. The 5 does not really get on with the 9. The 9 wants to be involved in caring and looking after everyone. The 5 wants to be off doing exciting things. So somehow you need to balance that. If you spend all your life looking after others, you're going to be very unsatisfied or dissatisfied because you won't be doing the exciting things. But if you spend all your life doing exciting things and ignoring your responsibilities here, you won't be satisfied either. So somehow you need to harmonize them.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do in Albuquerque. It's really funny because right now there's an urge in me to move. There's an urge to go do something
different. That's the 5. The 5 wants freedom.
This other part of me likes Albuquerque so much, and it wants to stay here. It wants to start building something here and start learning. I've been doing a lot of spiritual growth here.
Yes, that's wonderful.
And another part of me says, "Oh, go move. You can still grow somewhere else.
Yeah.
Find someplace new."
You'd always grow anywhere, but you actually do need to curb that a little bit. The 5 can be a rolling stone.
Yeah.
And you can end up at the end of your life, where you gathered no moss at all. But the 5 is a mixed blessing. It has the blessing that when you're 85 or 90, you'll still be out doing exciting things. You won't be a little old lady. You'll be involved and busy and active. So I think it actually is a good number. But it makes it extremely hard to settle down, in the first place. Your birthday is the final 10%. That's from the day you're born, which is the one. 1 is the number of independence and attainment. Can be a slightly lonely number because it's just a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 1 is the number of the leader, the pioneer.
I was going to say, isn't it a leader number?
Yes, it is. But most people with a 1 start out by being dependent and then have to learn to be independent. So it's not always an easy number to have.
Well, that's the way, you can see that's the way my emotional...
Yes, very much so.
I've been very dependent most of my life, and right now I'm just trying to strive to be independent.
Well, you're getting there too, which is good. Your reality number, which is after the age of 56, it's these two added together, this because it's all of these, and this because it's all of these. 9 and 6 are 15, which comes to a 6. So it means that...
I might have a hard time.
No, not at all, not at all.
I'm trying to settle down. Okay, I'm going to keep going, really. Hold on.
Yes, but it means that after the age of 56, for the rest of your life, family are very, very close always. So it means that your own children are not going to grow up and disappear. They're going to remain very close. So it means you're going to be involved with grandchildren, and all the rest of it as well. So it's good.
Okay.
In fact, it's rather wonderful. But there'll still be this need for the excitement and doing things. So a good way of satisfying this is to be involved, dealing with people, helping them, but still have a rather offbeat or unusual hobby or interest, or be able to get the odd trip away or something, so that you've always got something to look forward to. And with the 5, it's often a little bit unusual, a little bit different. So the 5 can have you doing strange and amazing things, at times. But it means that over a lifetime you're going to experience so much more than most people, because of that. It's good. And you've got these 2 numbers, which are intellect numbers, so you're going to learn from all the experiences. Maybe not learn the easy way at times, but you've got to learn anyway. Now, the year number, 1988 now, it's 8, 9, 10, 11. You're in a 2-year. The 11 behind it, 11 is a master number, so it makes it a rather special year. Last year was a 1 year, which was the start of a new cycle. This is a 2-year. It's a year for getting your act into order, in a sense. It's a year where you tidy things up a little bit. It's a good year for close relationships, because it's two people. It's a year where there could be frustrations, because 2 is a very sensitive number. So it could be a year where your emotions are affected more than other years. It basically is a good, pleasant year, but there could be just odd jolts because of that. There's a definite need to be tactful and diplomatic in a 2-year, because someone during the year is going to try and antagonize you for some reason. That's one of the lessons of the 2. You've got to learn to just let it flow. Don't let it upset you at all. Now the karmic debts, you've got one of those, 14 power 5. There are no karmic lessons. Now I can explain the karmic number one of 2 ways. Do you believe in reincarnation or not? Fine, okay. There are 4 karmic numbers, 13, 14, 16, and 19. If they crop up around here, it's known as a karmic debt. If it crops up around here, it's known as a karmic lesson. The 5 is the number of freedom and variety, so it means that last time round you misused that. You probably overindulged in everything. You probably had a great time, but this time round you need to use your time wisely. What it means is that you need to get a little bit of space, a little bit of room, and then do something. Do something with it. With the 5 here, it means it's very easy for time to get by, without you actually achieving anything. So you need to just get a bit of space, a bit of room, and do it.
Irresponsible, maybe. Is that because I'm still?
Yes, because this is the thing you've got to learn. It wasn't learned last time, so therefore this time round it's got to be learned.
I try to make it such a big deal to make sure I get all my karma taken care of, because I don't want to come back and do it again.
No, that's right. Yes, hopefully we all progress each time. Now the new experiences come with any missing numbers in your name at birth. There may not be any, of course. We've got 1, 2, 3. 3 ones. 2.
Now these karmic lessons?
No.
Oh.
1, 2. No, they are just lessons to be learned this time round. These are new ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes. That's interesting. It could be an intensity point. We've got 1, 1, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 5s. 6, no 6, 7, 1, 1, 7, 8, oh it's a shame, no 8s, and 9, 1, 2, 3, 4 9s, 4, 5, 9, 10, 15, 16, 19, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. Yes, they're all there. Now, you're missing two numbers.
Mm-hmm.
8 is actually the money number. The fact that it's missing there doesn't mean you're not going to make any money. There is money on your hand. You are going to make money. But it means that money comes with quite a bit of hard work and effort. You're not going to win the lotto or anything like that. If you put the work in...
I think that's because I think I've had a lot of it.
You have. You've overindulged, so you've had the money to spend in all sorts of different ways.
That's why I don't care about it a whole lot either.
Yes, that's why it's missing here, so it's not of great importance. Yeah. But it means that you, at times in your life, you may feel as if you're working twice as hard as everyone else, to get to the same level financially. The 6 is the number of home and family. The fact that it's missing means that you're a slightly late starter, in that area. So it can be frustrating because you can have friends and things who get married and settle down and all the rest of it, and you're still going along.
Where is he? Where is he?
Oh, no, he'll turn up. But the fact that it's missing.
Everyone tells me about this wonderful person, and I'm like going, well, where is he?
He is a one. No, you're not going to miss him. You're not going to miss him. He is a wonderful person, and he's there. We might be able to date him a bit more, a bit more when I get down here.
It's supposed to be pretty soon too.
Very likely, I would think. You're in a 2-year now, but I'd rather see what the numbers are behind it before I go into that. Now, the pyramids are the turning points in your life. These are the important years, not necessarily the easy years, but the important years. You're born in a 2-month, a 1-day, 19, 15, 24, a 6-year. 2 and 1 are 3, 6 and 1 are 7, 7 and 3 are 10, that's a 1, 6 and 2 are 8. Now, numerologically, you reach maturity at the age of 27. It's 36 minus whatever number your life path is. Then it goes in 9-year cycles, so it's 36, 45.
Oh, I had a hard time figuring this. This is called
54.
Pinnacles, isn't it?
It is, yes, it's a Pinnacles.
I had the hardest time figuring this out.
63.
Trying to read it.
Oh, well, here they are. You won't need to worry anymore. 81. You can keep on going, 90, 99, and so on, if you can go round and round and round. Now, you're actually 29. Yes. Oh, so you're in this stage here. Good. Now, the first 27 years of your life, you were heading towards a 3. 3 is light-hearted, frivolous, enjoying life, but unfortunately lacking motivation. The 3 is actually the number of the intellect, but it's the number where you can fool yourself, very, very, very shy. In fact, the year you're 27 probably was not the best year of your whole life. Between 27 and 36, you're heading towards a 7. That means you're going to gain a tremendous amount of knowledge and wisdom in these particular years.
Oh, goodness. I've already been learning so much. But, okay.
Yes. They could see a tremendous spiritual growth. 7 is the number of spirituality as well. And it could really blossom, in these particular years. There will be years where you will need time on your own, on occasions. 7 is an introspective number at times. Now, from 36 to 45, you're doing something that's very important for you. You're heading towards a 1. So that could be anything at all. To use an analogy, say at 36 you decided you're going to write a book. By the time you're 45, it's completed, it's published, it's in the shops, it's taken, as far as it can be taken. And by the time you're 45, you've done it. So there's some particular goal achieved there, which is very good because it's satisfying the restlessness of the 5. It means it's been harnessed into something specific. So they will be good years. All the other areas of your life are carrying on, but there's some specific undertaking in those years as well.
That is going to be achieved.
Yes. So at 45, you'll be able to look back rather proudly and say, well, gee, I've done it. Between 45 and 54, you're heading towards an 8. 8 is the money number, so they actually will be the best financial years in your whole life.
So whatever I've done there probably will.
It could well pay off. Well, if it was a book, for instance, you might be getting all the money, the royalties through here. But at 54, you'll be substantially better off than you were at 45. Between 54 and 63, you're heading towards a 2. It doesn't mean to wait. 2 is close relationships. It doesn't mean you've got to wait this long to find it. It just means that these are rather special years for the two of you. They're years where you get closer and closer and closer together. So they're rather special years. 2 is also the psychic intuitive numbers. So it'll be a wonderful stage in your life as far as developing your own intuition is concerned. Between 63 and 72, you're busy doing your own thing again. You're heading towards another 1. So you may be repeating this exercise. It's unlikely with a 5 you seldom repeat things. So it's probably something at 63 you decide, oh, I've always wanted to do this and I haven't done it yet. So you get busy and you do it. Between 72 and 81, you're surrounded by loved ones. You've got the 6. Of course, that happens after the age of 56, all the stage. But this particular stage. 6, of course, is the humanitarian number, so you'll be the person in the family everyone will come to if they've got a problem or need advice.
Funny, yes.
You'll be it.
I have seen certain things, and that just kind of puts like these certain little visions of me when I'm an old woman, what I'm going to be doing, and that's I see everybody sitting around and me telling stories.
Oh, you are. Yes, you'll be helping them. You've got these 2 very strong humanitarian numbers there.
That's so funny.
There's also the need for you sort of to be doing your own thing, so you'll be doing it. These things often can be involved with being involved with, say, a charity or something like that. It's likely that you'll be helping people in your own way, because of the one doing your own thing. Now, this is a Chinese numerological thing, just based on the numbers in your date of birth. Any ones go there: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the 1st of the 2nd, 1959. That's the mental level. Those are the emotions. And this is a practical level. You've got 1 arrow. That's known as the arrow of determination through there. It's good. It's a good, strong one, because it means that once you make your mind up on something, you do get there. The 2 9s on the mental level make you very much humanitarian, which sort of keeps popping up everywhere, doesn't it? Everyone born this century, of course, has got at least 1 9 from the 19 whatever. Yeah. So you need more than 1 9 for the humanitarian qualities to start coming into play. It gives you a specialized brain. It gives you a good brain. If something interests you, you can pick it up very, very quickly. But if something doesn't interest you at all, there's probably no way we'll get through it all. The 5 gives you emotional balance, even entirely on your own. It's the pivot point of the chart, whichever way you look at it. And it's good because it gives you emotional balance. Slightly upset by this. 2 makes you very, very sensitive, and easily hurt. But it also makes you naturally intuitive. 2 is the psychic number. 2 1s are perfect for expressing yourself. You can get across, what you mean and what you feel. So it's good. And the perfect person for you would have a similar chart to that, but would fill in one of these gaps. And likewise, you'd fill in one of his gaps. So if he gave you a 6 and you gave him a 2, but you had the other numbers in common, it would be a good starting point for a relationship. You need more than that. You need a number in common here as well, but that's a good starting point for a relationship. The challenges are the obstacles in your life where you're likely to come a cropper. If you're going to. You're born in the 2nd month, a 1 day, 19, 15, 24, a 6 year. This is the only time where you subtract. 2 minus 1 is 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 is the number of hard work. It means that you have to work hard for what you get. It means if you try and take shortcuts, you're going to come a cropper. So with this, and no 8 there, you should definitely stay away from get-rich-quick schemes or anything like that. But if you put the work in, you'll achieve as much as anyone. But it means you're not the sort of person who becomes an overnight success. You'll get there slowly but steadily. Now, the way in which you look at things, got 1, 2, 3 A's, E, 1, 2 E's, O and R, 1, 2, I, 3, 4. Okay, no. H and J, no. N and P, just the 1 N. W, yes. B and S, here's a B. T and an X, it's one of those. F and Q, U and Y, 2. G and L, 1, 2, 3. All we've got left is that C. Oh no, there's an M. And 1 C. There we are. I had one lady not long ago who said she felt I was wiping her out when I was crossing these off, but that wasn't my intent at all. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 19. Yes, they're all there. Excellent. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 3. That's good. Okay, looking at it this way, you work best in an inspirational manner. That's if you get the idea, and then follow it through. It means it's best if you're either in charge or left to get on with it, or it's your own business or whatever. You'd be better giving orders rather than receiving them. It's down there. There's actually no difference at all, if you're working for others, between working for a small firm or a large firm. Some people have a definite preference for one or the other. There's no difference at all. But you'd always be better either left to get on with it or in some sort of leadership role. Looking at it this way, this is when you were born. It's pretty good, actually. There's not the great variant some people have, but by far the strongest when you were born was logic, followed by your emotions, followed by your physical body. Last of all was your intuition. Hopefully at the end of your life these are all roughly even. So you need to, well, you tell me that you're doing some work on developing your intuition, so that's happening. You also need to pay some attention to physical fitness at times.
Yeah.
And, you know, ultimately they'll all be roughly even.
So how do those things get more even?
Oh, well, this is you when you were born, because this is your name when you were born. In numerology, you choose your name before you're born to get the experiences you need. So when you were born, the weakest element was your intuition, followed by, and next weakest your physical body. You can work on both of those things, you see, so they can end up roughly even. Now then, the next few years, you've had your birthday this year, so you're actually 29 right now. Is that right? Yes, 29 in 1988, 1989, 1990, 1991, 1992. That's 30, 31, 32, 33. Now the universal year, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. That's what the world is doing. You are in a 2 year this year. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Period in your life from 27 to 54 is the day, so that's 1. And the pinnacle up to 36 is 7. And the essence is just what's floating around you. 8, 10, so 30 is A. Before that we've got N. Then we've got L for 3 years. So that actually finishes at that point. 18, 28, 33. Now we'll have to do it this way. 3, 4, 7, 16, 25, 28. Oh, I could have done it the other way. Up to 33 is E. So that actually finishes at that point also. And then we've got 14, 18, 20, 25, up to 34 is R. So they're not actually too many changes. That is 5, 10, 19 bar 1. 5, 6, 15 bar 6. That looks more promising. 5, 6, 7, 8, 17. 17 bar 8. 17 bar 8. Oh, you've got some money coming up. That's good. Now, I've got these slightly stepped because this goes from January to December. This goes from birthday to birthday. In your case, as your birthday's so close to the start of the year, it's really a straight line going that way. So this year, you're in a 2 year. A 2 year is usually a wonderful year for close relationships. Two people. Unfortunately, this time round, you've got a 1 behind it, which is just you.
Well, you know what? What hit me is, see, what I'm working on is working on my higher self and pulling the portion of myself closer to me. So that's what I'm working on this year, maybe.
Well, it's a perfect year for doing it. Yes, it is. And this is your intuition, too. You see, so it's absolutely perfect. You're doing it at exactly the right time. It's good. Next year is a 3 year. A 3 is a good year for expressing yourself. It's a good year to have the whole year off if it's possible. Naturally, that won't be possible. But the emphasis is more on play, pleasure, social activities, and so on than it is on work. The interesting thing is that next year behind you is a 6. 6 is the number of home and family. So it means there's got to be someone else, you know, for even thoughts of home and family to come into mind. So next year will be a particularly wonderful year in your life. It'll be light-hearted, joyful, having fun, but there'll also be a particularly strong relationship, slowly but steadily building up through there.
Toward the end of this, I bet I'll meet him for this year.
You will, because you're in a 2 year, and between October and December there is actually an overlap. The 2 will be fading and the 3 will be beginning. So you'll probably meet him in the last 3 months of this year. You could meet him tomorrow, but nothing much will happen until the last 3 months of this year. And next year will be a simply wonderful year. 1990 is a 4 year. A 4 year is a year of hard work. A lot of people get bogged down in a 4 year. It's a year a lot of people change jobs because they get the whole year gets heavier and heavier and heavier. It's actually the worst year for changing jobs. It's the tone of the year rather than the actual job they're doing. It will be a good year if you go into it with something in mind, because then you can slowly plod along until you get there. The interesting thing is the hard work does pay off in definite financial terms, because behind you you've got an 8, which is the money number. So you'll be working pretty hard in 1990, but there'll be some purpose for it, and it pays off financially. So the next year, the 3-year, you're wanting to play. The year after, the 4-year, you're wanting to get stuck in and do something. It's the whole tone of the year is different. 1991 is a 5-year. That's a year of freedom and variety. It'll be quite an exciting year. You'll be doing things almost on an impulse in a 5-year. So you may suddenly wake up and decide, oh, I want to go to New York for the weekend or something.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be doing things like that. Or people may suggest things to you, and you thought, oh, I've always wanted to do that, but I've never done it. And the next minute you're doing it. So in a 5-year, you've got to expect the unexpected, but it'll be a very, very good year. 1992 is the special year, of course, because it's a 6-year. That's the very best year for getting married in. It's also the best year for getting divorced in. It's the best year for having a baby in. Best year for buying a house, a home, anything.
That's what I really want to get married by then for sure, and at least start having kids. So
yes, well, the 6 is as home and family. You know, so 1992 will be a simply wonderful year. But you're likely to meet him. You'll certainly meet him in the next 12 months or so because you've got the 6. Next year is more important in that regard than this particular year. But you are in a 2-year, which is 2 people. It's hampered by the one behind you. But of course, you're channeling that one. You know, so you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing for this year.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be a very frustrating year because you'd be wanting the other person, but he wasn't. You know, he wasn't there. So you're going very, very much in the right direction. These years are all good years. The only one which might be difficult is the 4-year, but that's not bad. Hard work doesn't really hurt people too much, and especially there's money behind it, so the hard work does pay off. It would be more difficult if you had
time the previous year that I feel like I should be working.
Yes, well, that's right. There will be that sort of feeling to it as well. Yeah, so that's good. Now, would you like me to have a quick look at your aura whilst I'm doing it?
Love that.
Sure.
I would
Okay.
love that. Should I do anything?
No. Just sit there. It's fine. This is just to save time. I've drawn this. I'm absolutely hopeless at drawing figures freehand. Now, the main colour of your aura is actually a sort of coppery bronze colour. I haven't really got quite the right colour for that. I guess that's probably as near as I'll get to it. It's got more of a reddish tinge, but this it's actually more coppery. You know, the colour of really good copper or bronze. It's a very, very nice colour. And the interesting thing is, it fits in so very well with you being both a 9 and an Aquarian, because it's a healing, caring, humanitarian colour. So it's not at all surprising that you do have it here. Now, I'm drawing this right next to this, but if you know something about the aura, you may have heard of the etheric double, which is it's only about 1/4 of an inch, but it's clear. It's moving and it's alive, but there's no real colour. So it's a bit hard to actually put it in. So I ignore it, even though it is very important. It's extremely important for doing health readings, for instance. Although in your case it's in very, very good shape. So this comes right around here. There we are. It's actually much more visible around the head. When I was a boy, I went to a church school, and we used to have to go to chapel every Thursday. And it used to fascinate me that the man who played the organ, he had the most magnificent aura around his head when he was playing the organ, and no one else in the chapel I could see it at all. And the funny thing, as a child, I never thought it strange.
I know.
I just took it completely for granted that he had an aura and no one else did. And it was obviously the music, you see. When he played, he obviously got himself completely lost. And it was simply superb. It was beautiful. And the minister, of course, would be the one you'd expect to have the aura. Never had one at all. No. So I don't know if you see auras yourself, but you can train yourself to see auras.
I'm going to work on that.
Oh, good. Just the base colour coming through.
Do you help people learn how to...
Yes, I do. Yes. And in fact, we're having an evening here in a few nights. I can't remember where it is. I'll find out for you after.
Okay.
And I'll be talking about how you can do it. Hopefully, you won't be working that particular evening. That's that. Now, the next colour is indigo, which is this one. Do you know indigo? The colour? Yes. It's a colour which flummoxes most people because it's sort of blue with a spot of red in, or almost. It's a particularly lovely colour. I like it very much. Again, it's very much a humanitarian colour as well. It's a very much a healing colour. and it's a colour that shows great concern for others. It's a creative colour, but it is very much a family colour. So you are meant to be a wife and a mother. You know, your destiny is very much, you know, in that area, even though the 5 here means that you've got this restless side to your nature as well. So not actually that easy to satisfy. But it is there nonetheless. This is like a big cocoon, you know, around you. The most important colour, of course, is the copper bronze, but this one extends over a much wider area through here.
Now that copper bronze, could it like turn into almost a gold?
Oh yes, definitely. As you evolve spiritually, yes, it will. And you know, you may be familiar with the works of early artists where the saints, you know, they always had a gold halo, which I'm sure gold is the master colour. You know, it denotes a highly evolved
and
soul.
And what each colour does, it goes to the spectrum, you know, because if you have, you know, you have a pink or a rose or a red, it can go into that other, and that's what I was thinking, if that could turn into a...
Yes, very much so. Yes. Oh, but it's very easy to tell how evolved a person is by looking at the quality of the colour. You know, so it's absolutely fascinating. Yes, and the other major colour coming through is actually blue. Blue, of course, relates to blue water, blue sky. It gives the restlessness which is shown in your hand. Oh, well, actually, it also showed here, didn't it? Yes, with that. But blue loves excitement. You can see it particularly through here. So blue is quite a strong component, you know, through here, particularly around the head here. There we are. And all of these colours do vary depending on how they're used, and you know, how highly evolved you ultimately become. Particularly beautiful selection. It's lovely. Now there's also a little bit of red there. It's sort of that red really, which just sort of shows in the indigo. It does give definite leadership qualities. However, there's sort of specks in the aura, so that could need to be developed. It's a matter of finding a degree of independence and standing up for yourself, but it's good. Now, any of these colours, this is not actually a complete aura drawing because you can fill in all the chakra points, but these are the main ones. If you wear any of these colours, people always say how they suit you, even though they may not be able to see your aura as such. If you're doing something very, very important, a little bit of copper or bronze, you know, that colour, even a copper bracelet or something is sufficient. If you want to be good at something, a little bit of the indigo. If you want to have fun or to make something more enjoyable, a little bit of the blue. And you know, the red at any time. Now I guess I better sign that. Just yeah. And today is the 5th of June. I better put 6/5, hadn't I? As I'm in America. There we go. Good. Well, there we go.
That's really
thank you.
neat.
Good. Oh, well, thank you very much, Larissa. I hope you found that interesting, and
interesting.
I hope that makes sense. You've studied a bit of numerology, so you'll be able to make some sense
I'll
of that.
I'll be able to even, you know, continue looking at it and being able to...
Well, over the next few years, you'll see it gradually evolve, you know, which can be very helpful.
Yeah, I have a couple numerology books, so I'll be able to go back over it.
Yes. Oh, that's excellent.
Thank you
Good.
very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. Good. Oh, well, you're familiar with the tarot cards. I assume you're familiar with the weight deck because it's the more it seems to be the most popular deck, you know, worldwide. It's not my favourite deck, but it's a nice card, a nice deck because of the various images. I don't normally let people touch it, but I would like you to cut them if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, just put those ones up here if you would. Fine. Would you cut that and put it over there? Very good. And these ones and put them over there. Good. This is known as a gypsy spread. 20 years ago, I spent 6 months in Cornwall, and I don't know if you've ever been to Cornwall, but the people there, you really need to live there about 300 years before they accept you.
Oh, wow.
And consequently, I found it very hard to get to know the natives. But looking out of my window, there were gypsies up on the hill, and I became great friends with them. And they gave me my very first crystal ball, which was really wonderful. And this is the way they used to read the tarot cards. So I actually learnt the tarot cards from them. They used 3, the mystic number of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we do it, repeat it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is a new deck of cards. Hasn't really got my feel on it yet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Finally, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now, this is what's behind you. This is what's over you. This is what the present situation is. This is what's ahead of you. Fine. Now, do you mind if I... Yes, I've just got a feeling. I don't know if it'll amount to anything, but I've just got a feeling. We'll just pop that down there. Fine. Now, this is what's behind you. The 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is a card of dreams, hopes, things that didn't really eventuate. Castles in the air. Can you sort of get the picture of castles in the air? Mm-hmm. So the past, some good things have happened, but also some things which were not quite so good. What is over you at the moment? We've got the 3 of the 3 of Swords. 3 is normally a very positive number, but unfortunately, the 3 of Swords means that things are not as good as they could be. You know, just at the moment. It very often relates to the person's emotional life, not always, but things are not actually perfect in that particular area of your life at the moment. The actual situation at the moment is not quite as gloomy as this would tend to indicate. This is what is over you. This is what the present situation is. This is actually a joyful card. It's people having fun. It means there's a certain amount of frivolity going on around you. You may not be completely aware of it yourself, but there is a degree of frivolity going around. You may not always be taking part in it because of this. What is ahead of you? Oh, that's nice. Good. 4 is a peaceful card. It wands are the peacemaker. You know a bit about the tarot, obviously. So what is ahead of you is very good. It makes for a strong, ongoing relationship, a relationship that lasts. It makes for a degree of material freedom. It doesn't mean you're going to be a multimillionaire or anything like that, but a degree of a certain stability in your life. This is what's over you at the moment. That goes, fortunately. The dreams and the hopes of the past are actually going to come. A lot of them are going to come into fruition, which is good. And the situation right now is not quite as bad as you actually think it is, which is actually very good, very, very promising. It's good. Now we'll remove these. Now, would you care to indicate one of those? Anyone? Why that one? No specific reason? No. No. Okay. Good. Good. We've ended up with the 8 of Wands. That's good. The 8 of Wands means that there's a degree of money ahead of you. It may be hard to get. It may come. There could be obstacles to getting it, but it means that there's a degree of money ahead of you, which is good. Would you care to cut those? Yeah. Good. And what do we have here? Ace of Wands. Oh, excellent. Ace of Wands is the card of new starts. It's the prime card in the Gypsy spread. It's the most important card. The Ace of Wands means that you're ready to go. It really means that in some ways your life is sort of beginning now, rather than when it did. Mm-hmm. It means there have been definite changes in outlook, but it means that your life really is ready to go. So that's really excellent. It's good that you've ended up with the Ace of Wands. So I think that's marvellous. And I'd like you to have my card. And funnily enough, I got a feeling of the Ace of Wands, which is rather interesting. But I hope that's been of some help for you.
That's great.
Yes. That was a very, very interesting spread of cards there.
It was.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I live 8,000 miles away. But if you ever need another tarot card reading, just come out and see me.
Okay, I'll do that.
Good.
Great.
Oh, thank you very much indeed, Leanne. Thank you. Hello. The full-length reading you have just seen is very similar to the type of reading I would do in a private situation. That particular reading on the video lasted about 40 minutes, It could take as long as an hour, depending on how much the person volunteers themselves. Many readings become actually a two-way conversation rather than the psychic doing all of the work. I think we've covered most of the things necessary, but we made notes as we went through to clarify a few other areas. For instance, why do I hold the person's hand up in the air rather than resting it on a table? I do this purely because it gives me a little bit more contact with the person. I get reactions. For instance, their hand might tend to move away from me or towards me, depending if I'm hitting or not. I think it's also a little bit more personal, and that really is the reason why I keep my hand moving all the time when I'm doing a palm reading. I did it originally because I thought it might give the impression that I was gaining feelings as I was going along. It's simply become a habit now, but I think people do like it. It looks as if I really am doing something. And as you heard on the video, the girl said that she really liked the way I did read palms. So obviously she's never had a palm reading quite the way I do it, but it's just purely a habit on my part now. The physical setup of a reading, I like to be on the same side of a desk as the person I'm reading for, rather than have a desk acting as a barrier between. I always try and relax the person a little bit first. I don't necessarily go straight into the reading until they are a little bit relaxed. I think sitting on the same side of the desk as them breaks down a few inhibitions, makes me a more friendly sort of person, perhaps more open. It also lets me see how they're sitting, so I can empathize, do the same sort of things that they're doing, which are all important when you are giving a reading. I always try to be encouraging with all my readings. The idea, after all, is to send the person away with a little bit of hope that they're confident that they can carry on in the future. Because some people who come for a private reading have got really terrible problems. You'll be amazed once you start doing it at the situations you will come across. And you've got to send them away. I think you've got a definite duty and responsibility to send them away feeling encouraged and able to handle anything that comes their way. It's not just me who says this. All the classic books on cold reading say the same thing. Herb Dewey and Tom Seville's book says it. The William Larson books all say it. All the books say it. But a lot of the shut-eye readers do seem to dwell a lot on doom and gloom. I think it's very important to concentrate on the positive sides, no matter what the person's present situation is like. When I am doing a private reading at home, I normally start by doing a palm print of the hand. This is a palm print here. I just simply cover it with ink, cover their palms with ink, and take impressions. I then read partly from this. And I keep this at the end of the reading, and once the person's gone, I make a few notes at the bottom, so that if they contact me again, I can pull this out, and I instantly know a little bit about them from last time. Nowadays, I actually record quite a bit of information on a database on my computer, so that I've got instant access to my records without having to find it. The reason I use the palm print is partly because it takes a little bit more time, and as my friend Charles Lambert says, it does look almost scientific. He actually made the comment about the numerology worksheet I use, but I think the palmistry thing does look almost scientific as well. With this video, we're including a copy of the numerology blank and also a copy of the aura blank. I should explain that with the auras, the colors come directly from the numbers in the numerology, just following the rainbow through. 1 is red, 2 is orange, 3 is yellow, 4 is green, 5 is blue, 6 is indigo, 7 is violet, and then we go on. 8 is pink, 9 is bronze, 11 is silver, and 22 is gold. It's simple, basic numerology, but turned into colors. And of course it was made particularly easy for me in this video because I already knew the numbers, because I did the numerology beforehand. With a quick aura reading, I would do what you saw on the video. I can spend as much as 60 minutes on an aura reading, and in those situations I fill in all the chakra points. That takes far too long to cover in a video of this length, but it is covered in my book on the subject. I should point out on the numerology worksheet there is one line here which wasn't used. This I use when the person changes their name, which is usually through marriage. I work out the numbers using the name at birth, as I regard that as being the most important. Any name change come here and can affect the outcome over here. Again, this is outlined in How to Build Up a Psychic Practice with Full-Length Cold Readings. It wasn't necessary because the lady I was reading to was single. I also did a tarot card reading. It was a very quick, brief reading. I called it a gypsy spread because of the pattern I used in the video. The actual spread was devised by Tony Raven and appeared in a Magic about 12 years ago. I've made extensive use of it ever since, and all the cards in the reading are forced. So you can set up whatever cards you like, and you already know the past, present and future of the person before you even start. With this particular reading, I used one of my forcing tarot decks, and that was how I was able to make the prediction beforehand. With these decks, half the deck is an ordinary tarot deck, but the bottom half is all the same card repeated all the way through. So with the reading, when I finished the reading, I asked her to pick out any pile she liked, and it made no difference which pile she chose, because once she cut it, she ended up on a force card, and that was how I made that little prediction at the end. And as you saw, she was very, very happy with the result. I do readings with all sorts of other things. I use rune stones at times. I've even done the Carol Fox thing where the person puts their hand in a small container of sand, which you claim comes from the sands of Egypt, and as you wipe them away, you give them a reading. That gives a rather interesting approach to a reading, but it's a little bit messy to be practical, I think. But I've used all sorts of different methods of readings. I do quite a few astrology readings, but I do those purely by mail order. The mathematics involved in astrology is too complicated. I think palmistry, numerology, the tarot, rune stones are the easiest ones of all to use. The nice thing is you can master them very quickly with a little bit of cold reading knowledge plus a little bit of rudimentary knowledge of the subjects. You do have to know a little bit about the subjects because you're going to get people who know a little bit about tarot cards, know a few of the lines of the hand, and there seem to be an increasing number of people who know a little bit about numerology as well. Fortunately, I've been involved in these subjects for many years, and I've gradually learned and picked up information as I've gone along. I think that's covered all the points I wanted to make. If any of you after seeing this still have problems, please feel free to write to me and I'll try and answer any problems you do have. The purpose of the tape was not to show you exactly how to do them, but to show you how I do them so that you can get an insight into how a psychic actually works with real live people in a reading type situation. Thank you all very much indeed. Bye-bye.